been away for the weekend for VandaliaCon, and a lot happened in a weekend. I need to get up in this cherry bush and pick the cherries. These are sour cherries. I make a fermented brandy out of them that is a killer good. That's what I did last year. I didn't make enough last year, so yeah. And I also missed a few cherries because I'm seeing that they've been sputtered around about the garden by hungry little critters. So yeah, that's a thing. There's a couple in here. There's one, and there's one, and there's one in the gully here that just got popped by something eating it. Also, the sky is doing this thing where, whoa, the birds, I don't know if that went in the frame, but the birds are hunting out there on the cliff. I just saw them go like this. The sky is doing this thing where it's sun shining and rain at the same time. I think this is kind of unique to the Northeast, so I'm going to say as only the Northeast can. So there. The other thing that happened was I was planning on letting them go, but I didn't think they'd jump out of the ground like this. All of my asparaguses have just bolted up, almost as tall as me in places, and I'm having to, well, this is the section that I'm going to want to move. I'm moving this to there. I would move it in line with these, but this one's never been touched by the crown rot that killed the parent plant on this, and I don't know if they're going to make it at all the way that crown rot works now that I've looked it up. And I don't want to infect this with that. So, yeah, I don't know, stuff. Always weeding. Yeah, I'm definitely getting dripped on pretty hard here. It's alright. So, I really think that plum tree is too close. And I may end up moving it over about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So that it's almost halfway between this cherry and that cherry. There'll just be a plum. Because with as big as that's getting, and as big as I expect that little twig to get, they're going to be intertwined in a way that's not going to be convenient. Yeah, so I think I'm tearing some things up over there pretty soon. The other thing I really want to do is go through and remove the jugs from all over. Because I got started on planting, and since the planting was a little bit on the early end of things, I always put jugs over them to keep them safe over the night. And I leave the lids off. These are just jugs with the bottoms cut off. It makes the most horrendous sound with cutting the plastic with a knife, but other than that, it's easy. If you can tolerate the noise. This is also the sage that I cut back hard, because I was tired of scraping my ankles up going through here. And now I see that, of course, bare ground invites sumac seedlings. So those need to come out. Yeah, that's what's going on around here. Cherries have burst into what they're ready for. I need to get out there and harvest. The Saskatoons aren't ready. Let's see how good the Josta berries are doing. Oh, I hear thunder. Josta berries are really starting to bow their branches. Let's have one that's holding still a bit by me holding it. Those are getting good. And of course all of the irises poking up in between. I like that type of iris better. It holds longer and doesn't fall over. It's nice. I brought some of the dainty purple, like that's a dark purple. I brought some real light lavender purple ones up in that are growing near the cliffside. And if they're done blooming, I'll bring the rest up too. Yeah, so this is looking good. This is looking very good. My orchard row is probably going to fill in pretty quick here, honestly. Then this is the sweet cherry tree. It's still pretty new, so it didn't flower or anything. It's a baby. It's not ready to flower. And then that's the plum that I think I want to move over 2 feet, because I think these are just going to intertwine so much. It's better to give them space. And then after I harvest all the cherries, I'm going to cut this side, because it's just bowing down into my growing space in a way that I'm not really keen on. So I've also been eating a lot of these sow thistles, and they're delicious. I pull them out younger than this though, so that's going to be seed. And I'll probably put the seeds specific places. Most people treat them as weeds, but in the shade here, they do really well in the shade. So I'll have to figure out where all I'm planting sow thistle, as a permanent, because it's just so good, especially on the skillet. Yep. Oh, this was just amazing to me. Go away for 3 days, come back, cherries. So, time to get a harvesting. This is the thing I want to dismantle when I can. I really do. Yeah. Looking good. The garden is making me happy as usual. Hee hee. See, there's food growing on the sidewalk. That happens. This I'm also going to pull up some of the top plastic in a lot of key places and just rake the ground cover off and use it as soil in that. Because the ground cover is what makes this need to be weeded. If it was just that landscaping paper on top, I think it'd be a lot better. And I'm tired of continuing to tack down trash bags. That is, because the plastic that doesn't let water penetrate does great at keeping weeds away. It also does great at holding puddles on the surface and getting ridiculously hot. So, and shredding over time, unless I were to get some stronger plastic. I'd like to give it a try. And then maybe, if it is going to grow stuff, maybe I can grow red clover. On purpose. I think that'd be good. Growing things on purpose. And the sedum is in full bloom. Very full bloom. I'm trying to pull the jugs off. It's a couple days till June. It's time. Yay. Alright, and of course, I was away for a weekend. I'm not unpacked. The porch is a mess. Da-da-da. Still got that heap of branches in my fire pit. What can you do? But all of my little potteds are doing well, but so is this weed grass that I keep having to tear up my lawn to get rid of. Ugh. More weed grass. The lawn is the most work of anything. I don't like it. I don't know how else to do it though. it's nice having a social space that's like out and around the fire pit, and I don't know what else to do. If you got any suggestions, let me know. 'Cause mostly we got yarrow, we have an invasive form of non-edible sweet pea, which was a mistake on my part. Oops. But it's keeping the nitrogen real good here. And yarrow, oregano, seem to be the two primary things. There's a lot of like English plantain, which is not a banana. That's this stuff. You'll recognize the seed heads if they grow in your area. And then the leaves. And then a bunch of other weeds that keeps getting interspersed with grass. Fun, fun. Yay. I don't know. I'm going to start introducing some of the ladies' mantle up in here too. I had to tear up underneath the edge of and I still have to remove more in order to get the grass out of here. There's this big tuft of it here, and then here, and then it's up into the rocks here. Ugh. And then it's like interspersed back there too. I'm gonna have to like loosen up the ground and yank it out back there too. But I mean, at least I mowed. I did mow. Weed whacked, rather. Anyway. Yeah, so that's a problem. And it's time to take the hedge trimmers and just find my sidewalk again. Yep. Rue flowers. And all of my little potted plants that are just about anything that I pulled out of the ground and went, either, hey, this would be better in a pot, hey, I want to get this reestablished, or hey, I wonder what the heck this is. This is I wonder what the heck this is. But I didn't want to find out, like, in the garden, where it might end up being impossible to dig out. So I'm going to find out what that is. Alright, well, happy Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend. Boy, am I glad I got a couple days off at home. Whee!